Welcome back to my channel Knowledge Chronicle.
Today, we'll take a deep dive into one of the most fascinating wonders of nature, the flower. This tiny yet mighty marvel is not just a thing of beauty, but also a crucial reproductive unit in plants. Let's uncover its secrets layer by layer, petal by petal. Stay tuned till the end to learn something new and exciting. A flower is the reproductive unit of angiosperms, flowering plants, designed primarily for sexual reproduction. A typical flower consists of 4 distinct whorls, arranged on a swollen part of the stalk called the thalamus or receptacle. These whorls are 1. Calyx, 2. Corolla, 3. Androecium, and 4. Gynoecium. Now, the calyx and corolla are accessory organs, while the Androecium and Gynoecium are the main reproductive organs. In flowers like the lily, calyx and corolla aren't distinct and are collectively called the perianth. Flowers can be classified as bisexual, having both stamens and carpels, or unisexual, having either stamens or carpels. For example, mustard is bisexual, while cucumber has unisexual flowers. Did you know flowers can also have varying symmetries? 1. Actinomorphic or radial symmetry. Flowers like mustard and chili can be divided into 2 equal halves through any radial plane. 2. Zygomorphic or bilateral symmetry. Flowers like pea and gulmohur can only be divided into 2 similar halves in one vertical plane. 3. Asymmetric. Some flowers, like canna, cannot be divided into equal halves at all. Isn't that fascinating? The calyx is the outermost whorl, composed of sepals. These green leaf-like structures protect the flower during its bud stage. Gamosepalous sepals united, for example, cotton. Polysepalous sepals free, for example, mustard. Next comes the corolla, made up of petals, which are often brightly colored to attract pollinators like bees and butterflies. Gamopetalous, petals united, for example, datura. Polypetalous, petals free, for example, rose. Let's talk about estivation, or the arrangement of sepals and petals in the bud. Valvate margins just touch, for example, calotropis. Twisted margins overlap in one direction, for example, China rose. Imbricate. Margins overlap randomly, for example, cassia. Vexillary. A specific arrangement seen in pea and bean flowers. The Androecium consists of stamens, each having a stalk or filament, and an anther. The anther produces pollen grains. Stamens may be epipetalous, attached to petals, for example, brinjal, or epiphyllous, attached to the perianth, for example, lily. They can also be free, known as polyandrous or united, monoadelphous in China rose, diadelphous in pea, or polyadelphous in citrus. The gynoecium is made of 1 or more carpels, each having 1, the ovary, which is the basal part containing ovules, 2, the style, the tube connecting the ovary and stigma, and 3, the stigma, the receptive surface for pollen. When carpels are free, they are called apocarpous, like in the lotus. When fused, they are syncarpous, such as in the tomato. Placentation describes the arrangement of ovules marginal, where ovules form along the ridge, for example, in peas. Axile, where ovules are attached to a central axis, like in tomatoes. Parietal, where ovules develop on the inner wall, as seen in mustard. Free central, where ovules are on a central axis without septa, like in dianthus. And basal, where a single ovule is at the base, as in sunflowers. Flowers are also classified based on the position of their floral parts in relation to the ovary. First, hypogynous or superior ovary, where the ovary is the highest, and other parts are below it, as seen in mustard. Second, perigynous or half-inferior ovary, where floral parts are on the rim of the thalamus at the same level as the ovary, like in roses. Third, epigynous or inferior ovary, where floral parts are above the ovary, which is enclosed by the thalamus, as in guavas. Flowers are not just for pollination and reproduction, they play an essential role in maintaining ecological balance. From being a source of food for pollinators to giving us fruits and seeds, their contribution is immeasurable. That's all for today on Knowledge Chronicle. I hope you now see flowers in a new light, as complex structures of nature designed for survival and beauty. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more valuable content. See you in the next video.